Hey guys, it's Andy, and today we're going to be doing the book plot judging challenge with
Mom
and
Dad.
Now I saw this challenge originally on Christine from Poland Bananas Books channel, and it's where you show two people who know basically nothing about young adult and ask them to guess what a book is about based on its title. The first book is The Iron Trial by Cassandra Clare and Holly Black. Now, who wants to start?
Daddy does.
Okay.
Oh, I know what this is about.
Show it to them. Show them the cover.
I know exactly what this is about. This is about a trial of the honorable people versus the bad people, and the honorable people always win. Done.
Okay.
And looking carefully at the cover, I see some horrible undead-looking person, creature with a horrible chin. Young people in Star Wars-looking garb. Clearly, this is the enemy. It's your classic good versus evil.
But what's it about?
I'm not done.
Some people talk too much.
Some people think too quickly. This is about a trial.
There's like 12 books there.
Where someone is wrongly accused, and the schoolman breaks into ashes eventually. The end.
This book is about a boy who goes to a school where he learns magic, and it's underground, and people think he's kind of Satan in this world. Book number 2 is Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare.
This book is clearly about a princess that has a sword and died in a puddle of water.
You can drown in very shallow water, boys and girls. Lady Midnight is a lady who works the night shift, and clearly she was sleeping on the job and drowned, and she died of oxidation of the sword.
I'm going to give this one to Dad because it is about a girl who, well, it's not really about a girl who dies, but Lady Midnight is a girl who dies. Book number 3 is Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. Now, I talk about her a lot. So
She's a fangirl.
Now, who wants to go first this time?
I'm doing it. Okay. This is about a very thin, hungry gal who robs liquor stores during the night. Those are swords, and she has a dagger, but her belt is really cute. So it's about committing robberies with really cute outfits.
This book is clearly about the political movement that seems to be in vogue today, where all the men are bad and all the women are good. That's why there's a female hero. But she's probably going to beat up a lot of men just because they like to play and make believe on the internet.
I'm going to give this point to Mom because it is about a girl who does like fashion.
Oh, for reals?
Yeah.
Huh.
But she's not a robber, she kills people, she's an assassin. And she competes in these games to be the king's new assassin. You should have taken this more literally. There is a throne of glass.
Oh, that could be dangerous. Sip carefully, everybody. Moral of the story.
The 4th book is Delirium by Lauren Oliver.
Show the book, honey.
Delirium by Lauren Oliver. This is clearly about a girl that thinks she's in one place, but it's actually she's in an insane asylum. And you can see that it's one of those insane asylum that deals with marijuana overdoses because the plants are right here. And the people are holding her there against her will.
Well, I think it is a place called Delirium, and she's really happy there, and everyone who lives there is happy. I think this one's actually a dystopian novel. And Ms. Oliver has created a situation where this gal has to figure out that her utopia is really a dystopia.
I'm going to give this point to Mom because it has nothing to do with insane asylums or marijuana. It's a society where they think love is a disease. And so
It is, man. And I am dying.
How do I get out of this?
There's no cure for your love.
Don't do it. Buy a fishing boat instead.
You can do it. Everybody does it.
It's good to beat a kid.
it's so they give everyone the surgery so they don't have feelings for anyone.
That's just like the uglies.
And so like everyone's happy. But before she gets the surgery, this girl meets this boy, and then they run away. The 5th book is Shatter Me by Tahara Mafi.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Shatter Me is a personal foray into self-discovery, where she lives in some sort of wooded environment. I can spell it too. She lives in some sort of wooded environment. I'm hoping this is not her mascara where the branches are coming out because it's very clumpy. There's also water spilling out of her eye, so she's very sad. Oh, the top says, my touch is lethal, and she crosses that out. My touch is power. Ooh, so she's got some sort of thing going on, and she learns to harness that, hopefully in striving to get better mascara that's less clumpy.
This story is about a girl that is almost shattered, but overcomes her difficulties and takes over everything. And she's just very upset, and because she's upset.
You think she sees a lot? And she's a cyclops because she only has one eye. Show the cover, honey.
She cries a lot. If you want to see this gigantic water.
She's a cyclops. Yeah. She's upset about that.
Yeah.
Although it's fine. I mean, it looks like she
quite
can
honestly,
see
I don't
quite
much
a lot.
care what this book's about.
So, Mom gets this point because it is about a girl who has like a disease thing. Whenever she touches someone, they die. And she does...
You're it. You're it.
And she does learn to overcome it. The 6th book is The Selection by Kira Cass.
Well, there's a picture of a bunch of women on the cover. They all look to be like the same woman, but from a different angle. So clearly one person is chosen to be the person that everybody else is cloned. And so they're all the same, and the book is about who gets selected.
Okay.
All right, well, having read the words at the top, it says 35 girls, 1 crown, the competition of a lifetime. So it's the Hunger Games of the beauty pageant world. Well, this is all one person. She also has body odor, so not only does she have to claim the crown, but she has to deal with the fact that her armpits smell badly. Actually, smell bad, excuse me, because that was not the appropriate adverb. And someone is going to make the selections.
You win again.
Oh, 4-1, sucker.
This book is about a girl who, and this is basically the Bachelor Princess Edition. I read it and it was trash, but it was really addictive. The 7th book is Red Rising by Pierce Brown. Take the book,
I'll do it.
someone.
Oh, I go first.
Jeez, Dad.
I read this book. This book
No,
is...
you didn't.
Yes, I did. This book is about a submarine that was stolen by a Soviet captain.
That's the Hunt for Red October.
Oh, okay. This book is about somebody that stole a nuclear weapon from the Middle East, and it was used to blow up a football stadium in America.
Knowing my daughter's reading taste as I do, there's, let's see, Ender, Katniss, and now Darrow. So I'm pretty sure...
Oh, Katniss, that's cheating.
I don't know him, says Scott Sigler. But anyway, again, there's going to be a strong character. My guess is a strong female character.
Again.
Some sort of... Something is rising. I'm going to say some
Red
sort
Storm Rising, that's what it is.
Excuse me. Assuming some sort of revolt or rebellion against some sort of power, like a phoenix rising, but
Be
red also...
more specific.
I don't even know the book.
It's a bird.
The bird, the phoenix, rises from the ashes to represent all the downtrodden people, and there's a rebellion.
Bird, 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 bird.
Okay, so you win again, because it doesn't even take place on Earth. It takes place on Mars. And it's
How
about...
about Uranus? It stinks on Uranus.
This book is about a boy named Darrow. He's like the lowest on the caste system. He tries to die, and then he doesn't die because his uncle doesn't want him to. So he competes in this challenge with the golds, which are the highest in the caste system. The 8th book is Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard.
The Red Queen, it shows that there is a crown with blood dripping from it, and the bottom says, power is a dangerous game. I'm going to go kind of Game of Thrones on this one, where there's a quest for power. Red, of course, is going to symbolize blood here. Another strong female character, I'm gonna guess. Some sort of power grab. She's probably, this Red Queen gal is probably trying to maintain her hold on power. There's probably some sort of naughty person, Maleficent-esque. And there's some character trying to dethrone her.
All right, the Red Queen. There's clearly blood involving a crown, and apparently there was a woman that wanted to be a queen, so she gets killed by the king, and the king takes over, and everybody lives happily ever after.
So Dad wins because he wasn't more right, but he was less wrong. This is about a girl. Her name is Mare, and she has red blood, and the people with silver blood have powers. And so it turns out that she also has powers too, but she has red blood. And so the royal people don't want people finding out that she is a red. And so they try to make her a princess, but then stuff happens. Number 9 is Cinder by Marissa Meyer.
Oh, I got this one. This one's obviously, this is about a bunch of, well, you can see that there's like a mechanical thing in there, so it's obviously about Cinderella, but in the mechanical world, so it's the future, and people take over bodies, and then they wear red shoes, and everybody dies in the end.
The Lunar Chronicles, so the moon is involved somehow. Cinder, it's a goth fairy tale a la Tim Burton is what I'm gonna say. The Nightmare Before the Big Ball. But Cinderella is some sort of like undead princess, or she hurt herself and has a prosthesis, which is kind of cool, and she does the Special Princess Olympics. Who won?
You did. Because everyone does not die at the end. It does involve the moon, and she does get hurt, and then she becomes a cyborg. Number 10 is The Sword of Summer by Rick Riordan.
Having read many Rick Riordan books, Magnus Chase would be the Norse series. Percy's not in this one though, I don't think. But anyway, it's Magnus Chase, some dude named Magnus, and the gods of Asgard. And I think he is probably some sort of Nordic demigod a la Percy Jackson. And there's a violent kitty cat and a tree and some sort of Nordic mythology, and he has a quest that he has to fulfill, some sort of prophecy. It happens in summer because it's a sword of summer.
Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard. This is clearly the sequel to the Red Queen. And this
It's
is
not the same author.
all right. Well, let's see. So knowing that Rick Riordan apparently does mythology. Thank you very much. And it's Magnus, so it's clearly a Nordic one. All right. So anyhow, the Gods of Asgard. So apparently one of the gods is a wolf, or actually it's probably Magnus's dog, but a really mean wolf.
That's a wolf.
It's a wolf.
That's a cat.
Anyhow, so he's balancing the sword on his finger because he's in a show, and he's in the big top, and he's got his animals because that's what happens at the circus.
I like that.
And we like circuses. And there's a tree of life behind him. That's it.
Oh, that's nice, dear. I like that.
She was closer because he is a
I know Rick
demigod,
Riordan. Oh,
and he does go on a quest.
I got you, Rick Riordan. Mm-hmm.
But this book is actually about Magnus Chase. It's Annabeth's cousin because they're the same last name. Except he dies, and then in the beginning. And so then he's kind of brought back to life, but he's still dead, you know. And this hotel, Valhalla, I can't say it.
Valhalla.
Valhalla. And so then he goes on a quest, and he gets a sword. Number 11 probably is The Edge of Everything by Jeff Giles.
Just looking at some of the reviews on top. Oh, by James Dashner. That's good. Utterly fantastic, dark, funny, exciting, clashing of worlds. Okay, so I'm going to go with dystopian again. Some sort of actual physical border to the society. Sort of like going out into the scorch. You know, if you go outside the border.
Is that like going on the porch?
No. The Scorch. Have you seen, what was it, the Maze Runner, babe? The Maze Runner series?
I don't like that book.
That's not what I asked. But anyway, so The Edge of Everything. Not really sure who's in it. There's a couple people here. Oh, it's snowy. And they have to find their way out of their closed society towards freedom, but of course their world has probably been destroyed. That's my guess.
Okay. The edge of everything. All right, so this is a situation where you have a princess that's running away from a dark night, and in order to get away from the dark night, she puts the secret message inside one of the robots, and then the robot runs away and gets onto a desert like planet, and on that desert planet, the robot meets his other robot buddy, and they find a boy, and the boy...
That's Star Wars, honey. That's Rogue One.
Oh. Well, that's what I thought this was.
No, okay.
So that's what it is.
So no one got this point. This book takes place in Montana.
Montana?
It's like a desert planet.
This book takes place in Montana, and it's about this girl named Zoe, and then there's this bounty hunter who collects souls. Number 12 is Gemini by J. Kristoff and Amy Kaufman.
Oh, I understand this book. This is a self-help book. So if you read this thoroughly, you'll learn how to increase your mind capacity, and it will help you exercise, and if you do everything in it, it will also help you with your diet.
Make a real guess.
Okay. Gemini, the Illuminate
It's
file.
Gemini.
How would you know?
Aunt Jemima.
Because-
You just ruined my whole thing. I was going to do a little shtick about that.
Can
You
you
know it's
make
edited.
actual guesses?
Gemini. Okay, so Gemini. That's probably some type of biblical reference to the beginning. And the Illuminate files, that's also probably the Illuminati. So we're going with Gemini and the Illuminati. So there's something supernatural, and it's found within the files of the American government. And that's it.
Okay. I'm looking at the book jacket.
Hold this too.
I will. Error, Illuminate file. So it has some technology. I see an email on the front cover. And actually, it's annotated and blacked out. So there's some confidentiality issues, plus some markings, which as a teacher appeals to me. So they're annotating their text. What are you hiding? God help us. So there's some sort of crisis. I'm gonna agree with you on a little governmental thing, but some sort of interplanetary business. And I do think it's Gemini.
Not.
Aunt Jemima.
Yeah, Gemini light, and there's some sort of maple syrup involved at the end. That's the prize for discovering the secret.
You win again because it is in the future and there is a lot of new technology and it is about different planets. There is some shady business going on.
Shade of business.
Book number 13 is Gone by Michael Grant.
All right, Michael Grant. Don't know anything about him. Gone. It's about, well, there's a picture of a palm tree in the background. So this takes
Where?
place. Is it a palm tree?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So this takes place in Southern California because that's where all the books take place. There was a kid that was stolen from his family, and then they had a big chase, and they found him in the end, and everybody was happy.
Okay, so there's definitely a situation where someone's missing or someone has to escape, which is probably which is much more likely. So the boy and the girl, I think, are kind of disgruntled. They're not really part of the mainstream society. You know what? I bet they escape. I bet they leave and they go somewhere else to kind of start over. That's what I think.
She wins because this book is about a boy and a lot of other people who they're not left of center. They have these powers. But you are both wrong because they don't run away. Like, all the people who are 15 and above disappear. And so, it's like Lord of the Flies, but not Lord of the Flies. Number 14 is Legend by Marie Lu.
Legend is about a baseball player from the old days.
Would
Yeah.
I read that?
He's kind of a fat guy, but he hits a lot of home runs and he throws really fast pitches.
That's Babe Ruth.
Yeah, it's about Babe Ruth.
Okay, so Legend. I think this is still dystopian because I know what Annie likes to read. I'm going to say there's some sort of military involvement. This looks like either a brand, like the government brands people, or it is some sort of badge. So I think there's like a military coup when the young people have to, I'm going to say fight against the government. I think the government's rather oppressive in this one.
It's Mary Lou who. All right, let me give it a shot.
Oh, another one? Another one.
Well, it's a dystopia. All right, well, it clearly takes place in the desert because there's some sand there, and then you got the emblem of the military sitting on top of it. So I would tend to think that's probably accurate. Legend, my guess is that it's probably about a specific soldier that excels above everybody else to uncover the bad doings within his own organization so that he could overcome the bad doings and become the hero of the new order.
Oh, I like that. I like yours much better. I paid no attention to the title. Okay, what's it about?
He wins.
Yeah, that's much better. That's
It
clever.
is about a soldier. It's a girl named June. She's 15 and she's better at being a soldier than everyone else. And so then she realized that the government is bad. The last book is Six of Crows by Lee Bardugo.
Okay, well, it appears that there are castles in the picture, and the crow, I know that from Game of Thrones, the crow is the messenger that brings the messages from one area to the other area. So I'm going to assume they are a number of different crows, and this one's carrying a specific message, and everybody's trying to get that message, so the good guys are trying to get the bad guys from getting it, the bad guys are trying to prevent the good guys from getting it, and if the message goes through, it's going to benefit one or the other.
All right, I think a Six of Crows. Oh no, I think it's a Craven of Crows, or like a gaggle of geese. But anyway, Six of Crows. Oh, it says 6 dangerous outcasts, 1 impossible heist. So there's a crime to be committed. Because I actually read the words on the book. Anyway, so I'm not really sure what the crows are about. I don't know if this is going to take place in the past, but I think there is some sort of crime and they're outcasts. But I'm going to say they're stealing something for good. And birds poop on them.
She wins because
Birds poop on them.
Birds poop on them.
Because it is about 6 outcasts, obviously, and they go on a heist to steal this guy back for...
Well, that's kidnapping.
No.
You don't steal
No,
a guy.
because he was already stolen, and they have to
Rescue.
re-steal him.
That's
kind
re-kidnapping. That's still kidnapping.
Whatever.
Okay,
And
fine.
they have to bring him back to this guy from the government to get money, because they like money.
A ransom?
Yeah.
Or a reward, like a bounty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't win.
Yeah.
I won.
you did.
I actually won, and I don't
I'm the
really
only
know
one
it.
that came up with anything that was actually close to one of the stories.
You were not close with Babe Ruth.
Oh, Babe Ruth was the law. He's a legend, though.
Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll hopefully be out soon with another video.
It's been a pleasure. Keep reading children and young adults.
Yes, very nice. This was a wonderful experience that I had with Annie and my wife.
And we love
See
her.
you soon.
Let's kiss her.
Like, comment, and
Like, comment, and subscribe to our daughter's channel because we promote literacy. And
Yay.
she's really cute.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Bye!